Good morning. So I'm back at Bibury and I'm going to have a walk down the River Coln to Coln St Aldwyns and then back across the fields. Across the way here you see Arlington Row. Again, not the usual population of tourists we expect to see in Bibury, or British on staycation today. I'm going to follow the route around to Bibury Court. It was a hotel. Bibury Court Hotel, now privately owned, and they're doing a massive amount of work around there, so I'm just going to go and have a nose around there and then follow the route down to Coln St Aldwyns. Here the River Coln is very still just before it goes along to Bibury Court. Goodness knows how this old house is being adulterated. Perhaps it's not being adulterated, but they've built this hedge to stop us from seeing properly. It was a lovely hotel once, but before that it would have been a private house, so let's see what happens. Wow, we've got security gates, cameras. I always think this is a lovely little spot here. I love this with the old millstones and the dovecot above. I don't know if the doves still use it or not. I did this same walk with the present Mrs. Little. Could be nearly 10 years ago now, along with young Gladys the dog, who is now not so young. According to the sign back there, it's about a 2-mile walk in one direction. It must be about the same, possibly slightly more in the other, to get back. Last time we did this, we walked back along the road, but I don't want to do that, so I'll stick to the fields. Beautiful spot. The River Coln is running right down in front of those trees and then goes between. You may just see a little bit of silver from the water. I can hear the water running. Bit of a climb ahead of us into the copse. Last time I was here, these fields were full of sheep. So this is private land, but it is a public bridleway, which means you can ride a horse, walk, bicycle through it. Would have been an ancient way, and the landowners are required to provide access to people Just a question of behaving responsibly. It's a bit of a climb up here to the gate, and then it's all downhill, as they say. All a little bit overgrown along here, a bit muddy underfoot. I think I need to watch out for ticks. This is a pretty well-trodden path, but not seen a soul out here this morning. Suddenly the undergrowth clears, and another gate appears in front of us. And if memory serves me right, we're going down a bit of a steep incline down to a succession of water meadows. I'm not sure if you can get how steep this is, but I think I'm going to stop filming just in case I fall over. It's pretty slippery. And you wouldn't want to see me fall over, would you? So here we are. I've got down through the mud and a little stone stile to go across and a gate. Then we're down in this delightful water meadow. You can see where the footpath runs there. Another footpath up here, look. Well, I'm taking this one. You won't hear it, but I can hear the cry of a buzzard. So we've walked across here, and now we've got to go through this gate into another little bit of wood before we get to another bit of water meadow. Look at these lovely bulrushes here. This little river actually flows into the River Thames eventually. You see the ducks just down there. Lovely walk this. Just a little bit threatening with rain. Oh well, won't hurt. Still waters run deep. Not that deep, but deep-ish. And I've still not seen a soul. Probably I'll see somebody when I fire the drone up and they start hollering at me. Little meander here. So quiet down here, it's amazing. Just actually seen a couple more people walking in the same direction as me. Hello guys, what are you doing then? So here we have a field of flax. And we call it linseed. This would have been blue a month or so ago. I guess it's ready for harvesting soon, but I really don't quite know what they do with it after they've harvested it, where they get the seed out and how that works. Heading right up onto the ridge. I'm going to be somewhere up there later on. Just ended up chatting to some people and their kids from Yorkshire, and they're staying nearby and they're having a day out with picnics and stuff. And I told them what I do, and I haven't done anything for nearly 2 years now because of COVID. Anyway, hopefully anybody watching these videos will get a measure of pleasure, I was going to say, out of seeing some of the countryside here. I've seen a couple of people now and had a chat, which is nice for an introverted man like me. Lovely out here, just walking in the corn. I'm reminded that one of my customers from, I think it was Cleveland, Ohio, came on this walk, and somehow they managed to get themselves lost and had to ask directions. And it was based on that we agreed that I should definitely have a drone, and justification would be made to the senior management, i.e. the present Mrs. Little, that the drone was essential in order to locate lost Americans walking from Bibury to Coln St Aldwyns. I'll have to confirm it was them. The lady was a wonderful photographer. So we're now coming out into the final water meadow, and whereas I normally walk back along the road, today I'm gonna walk up that hill right ahead of us and do a loop back across the farmland. Never done that before. So if I flake out, you'll know what happened. Beautiful manor house, or not sure what it is over there. Looks a lovely, characterful place. This is where I park up, waiting to meet lost souls doing this walk. And the way you get out is through the backyard, or even the front yard of this house, believe it or not. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to follow this path up through those trees. Not been that way before. Let's see what it leads to. So I've already walked 2.5 miles, and now we're going up this slope to conclude the loop back to Bibury, where the van's parked. So we are following the Palladian Way, which is named after an Italian architect. Quite why, I don't know. Perhaps we'll find out en route. So let me tell you about the Palladian Way. Long distance trail named after the classical style of architecture established by Andrea Palladio in the 17th century in Italy. The trail starts in the centre of Buckingham. It then goes on towards Cirencester, passing part of the old Roman road, Ackerman Street, and then passes through Barnsley and Bibury. The main route proceeds straight to the Wiltshire market town of Malmesbury with its old church. Well, we know all about that. You learn something every day. So we're going to go across one of these public footpaths that walks straight through the middle of the crops again. And we're running alongside one of the many Roman roads there are around Cirencester. So the considerate farmer has cut a path for us here through the middle of his wheat field. I'm beginning to build up a bit of a sweat. The farmer has made this path about twice as wide as it should be necessarily. I'm thinking this is a COVID measure so that we don't have to walk close to other walkers coming in the other direction with their dogs. Social distancing gone mad. Here come two people ahead of me. I'll see if they can be socially distanced. Just getting to the end of this path now, when we will briefly walk along the Roman road before crossing some more fields. Some lovely cottages and barn conversions around here. Beautiful. So this is a Roman road, fanning out as they did from Cirencester. Cirencester is an old Roman town. So many of the local Roman roads will converge in Cirencester. You can tell Roman roads for how straight they are. Right, well, I've just met another nice couple, and they're going to race me back. They're going a different way. So I told them to get the beers in if they get back before me. I had to just, I'm right here at the moment, where it says Conager Cottages and that dotted line in the middle, to just check the direction to go in, because I really don't want to get lost. And I just rang the current Mrs. Little, who said that she wasn't about to come out and recover me. Looks like there's a barn or something over there that is burnt down. Oh, we're right out in the middle of nowhere here. Actually, I think this is the original Roman road that you can see going into the distance over there, which presumably I'm going to be walking up in a minute. I don't know if you can hear that sound, but it's like the British version of cicalas. So now it's up the Roman road. Here we go. Bit of a hill to climb. Bit of a climb. A little bit humid, I would say. Or maybe it's just me, unfit. Look at these thistles. And look at this bumblebee. Lovely wildflowers as well. Just given my map to somebody else, and let's hope I don't get lost. But they look like they needed it more than I do. What a nice spot this is. Right next to the flax or linseed. I think it's going to be a reasonably flat walk from here on in. Beautiful. Bees everywhere. Butterflies. And a few drops of rain. I am thinking I'm glad I've not got shorts on here though. Still on this same path, but the thistles are amazing here. Glad they're not round my legs. The wild flowers on this path are gorgeous. One of my favourite words, I think, gorgeous. Well, that's the end of that stage. So what happens now, I wonder? We're back in the highly hedged route for a bit. Let's see where this takes us. Back in the jungle. And few pitter patters of rain I can hear, feel even. Well, I think I'm getting towards the end of this walk, which isn't a bad thing because I'm feeling a bit weary. But it's been a lovely walk and I'm not finished yet, so let's see what happens next. So it looks like this gate leads down to Arlington Row. Crumbs. There's a absolute plethora of footpaths here. That's a bit of a statement, isn't it? Walk across whatever land you like. Nothing will happen. So through we go. Oh, pigeon. Oh, this is pretty. What are these called again? I can't remember. But they do look rather nice, don't they? Nice cottage. If that's indeed what it is. Looks a bit new. Never been up here before. I love the name of this road. It's actually called Awkward Hill, which is perhaps exactly what it is if you try and drive along here. I always remember some people I had staying at Bibury Court wanted to know if there was anywhere else they could eat. So I said, yeah, you can go to the Catherine Wheel. Nice little pub just along here. And I said, you don't need to walk on the main road, you can walk up Awkward Hill. So they said to me, yeah, but Rob, is it safe? And I said to them, well, we had a couple of murders in Bibury last week, or was it the week before? But I don't really. And then they laughed at me and they said, no, we didn't mean that, we know that. But are there any wild animals, dangerous wild animals out here? And that had us all laughing in the end, because we don't have anything like that in England or in the UK at all. So here we are back at Arlington Row, where we got told off by a rather shirty lady when we were here last week, or earlier this week actually. Anyway, that's the way it is. So we're back in Bibury, in the land of the staycationers, and it is beginning to rain a little bit. Don't know if you can see. Anyway, I'm going to get back in the van. I might get an ice cream, we'll see. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more like this. It is quite nice here, but as I think I've said before, I can show you better.